Okay, first grade. Today we are going to start taking everything that we've been working on and we're going to start putting it all together. So we started on learning how to do basic weaving, over, under, and we did some practice and we came up with our final draft. So everybody should have a 10 by 10 square weaving, okay? What we want to do today is we want to turn this into a rug. So what I did is I cut out a rug shape that everybody's going to use. So step number one is going to be to cut out our diamond rug shape. Please remember our tips from cutting from last year during all of our projects. Before we do a line cut, we want to do a bubble cut. So a bubble cut is just a fast cut that gets rid of extra paper. It's called a bubble cut because it looks like our shape is now in a bubble, and what happens is we get rid of all this extra paper that would have wrapped around our hand. So after you do a bubble cut, then we can do a line cut. So now our shape is cut out. We can get rid of all of our extra scraps. And you can go ahead and take this to the recycling bin. We're going to bring back our weaving, and right now I have the side showing that has my name and class code. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and flip it. So now we no longer see our name or our code. This is the back of our weaving. We are going to simply take our diamond rug shape and we are going to glue it down to the back of our project. Please remember that after you get the cap off, we want to get the glue up just enough where we can see it past the lip, but we don't need to go super far, because if we push too hard when it's out super far, it'll just fall off and it'll have to get thrown away. So because we have a shape, we are going to go around the outside edge. And I like to go back and forth a few times. Remember, it's most important that we are gluing around the edge, because as long as the edge is glued down, the rest of the shape will be fine. So I glued around my edge and an X in the middle. You can go ahead and lower your glue just until you can't see it anymore and put the cap back on. we'll take our shape and we'll flip it, and you can put it anywhere over your weaving. So we want to stay away from the top, because when we cut this out, we want to see all of our squares. So it can go here, it can go here, it can go here. I'm just going to go ahead and put mine towards the middle. Once you like the spot, then you can push down, count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 4 sides, so we'll do the second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do our third side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do our fourth side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll grab our fingers and we'll go all the way around. And we'll push on the X in the middle. While this is drying, we're just going to set it off to the side. You are going to get out your animal that has been printed on the color that you chose for your animal. And it's also the animal that you chose from all of your drafts. Before we cut our animal out, we want to give our animal texture. Hair and fur have a texture. We feel something when we touch hair and when we touch fur. And right now our picture is very flat and kind of smooth. So we want to add some texture to our animals. So I have textured sheets that you can look through, and each one is different. These really big ones have half of a texture on one side and half on the other. So you're going to go ahead and look through these until you find a texture that you like, and you could use either side because it's going to give you the reverse. So once you have your texture sheet, you are going to go ahead and you're going to put your animal on the top of it. And you're going to grab a coloring stick. Now, depending on what color your animal is going to be how you're going to pick your color. So my cat is yellow. So in order for texture to show up when I do my rub, I want to pick a crayon color that is either darker or lighter. There's not many colors lighter than yellow, so as long as I don't pick yellow or white, almost any color is going to work. But I really want to see the texture, so I picked a really dark color. So I picked purple. If your sheet is purple or blue, those are really dark colors, so you're going to want to pick a coloring crayon that is really light so that it shows up. The important part when doing our texture sheet is that you want to make sure that the texture sheet is not moving around once you start. So this is going to definitely be a two-hand job. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start on the back of my cat, the body. And I'm going to take my coloring crayon and I'm just going to push firmly. And I'm going to go ahead and color in my animal. What you're going to notice here is wherever there's bumps, those are going to show up darker, and where there is no bumps, it's going to show up lighter. One thing that I did is I'm going to make my cat one color, but I'm going to make my stripes a second color. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to my second paw. And my face and my ears. So if your paper is too far, it's going to get the other texture. So as I move with my cat, I'm going to move it down so that it has the same texture. So if your animal has different shapes inside of it, whether it's stripes or polka dots, you can go ahead and make those either the same color or you can change the color. So I'm actually going to change the color, and since I used a dark color for my cat, I picked a lighter color for the stripes. I'm going to keep the same pattern, but you can change the pattern and you can go and grab another sheet and do a different texture for your different color.